I think we're live. Let me check. Let me refresh. Make sure we're good. I'm gonna mute this. Taking a little while. Almost there. Man, it's still taking a while. At least nothing yet. All right. Okay. Now I think we're good. Nicolette Smith, what's up? All right, we're waiting for some people to get in. I know we're super early. We don't really do live shows during this time, but World Series today. I know some people are going to watch that, so I'm not going to try to battle World Series today. And I'm also going to be talking to some people on student loans and give my advice and share my stories. So I'm actually going to do that today at 6, so about an hour and a half. So going to do that. Ryan, what's up? Fashion Outlook says finally. So yeah, super early today. World Series, not really much of a baseball guy, but if you guys are out there want to watch that, then I know baseball is still going. I know, right? Then you guys can catch the game. So yeah, big show today, talking about tips for Nike Friends and Family discount, which is happening tomorrow. Let me know if you got the 30% off coupon. Check your emails. The weird thing is usually you'll get it either through email or through the app. And for some weird reason, didn't go through the app this time. I only got it through email. I don't know. I really didn't check eBay to see if people were selling them or not. Usually they do. But in this case, I have no clue anything like that. But let me know if you ended up getting the friends and family coupon. Like I said, that's going to be going on tomorrow, 30% off your total purchase. So you're going to take advantage of that big time, whether you're selling on eBay or Amazon. Take full advantage. We're also going to be talking about the future of Nike selling. So kind of just like an open discussion, keep you guys updated on what's going on. Nike has big changes on what they want to do. They want to hit $50 billion in revenue in 2020, and they're not going to do that by sticking with the same old retail stores. So I'm going to talk about what is going on with that and how it's going to impact reselling, what maybe kind of some of the stuff that I think is going to happen. I mean, I have no clue, right? They could do whatever they want, but at least what I think about the whole situation. And then as far as this live show, no Hustle Bee today. That guy is out there hustling as he should be, and he is he's actually preparing for friends and family 30% off. He's pretty pumped for tomorrow, and he actually went to a couple of Nike outlet stores today to kind of scope out the place, which is good, kind of see what's going on. He also called, which is also good too, call in advance, see if there's certain items that you're looking for, especially cleats, things like that. So he's out there in the prowl right now doing his thing. Liz, good to see you. Gonna watch while photographing for eBay items. Nice. Interested to know about Nike. Okay, cool. I think you're definitely gonna be interested in the Nike conversation. Ryan doesn't look good or doesn't sound good. Yeah, it's a little mix, but we'll get into that. Eduardo, what's up? Good to see you in the chat. So let's get started off with just some tips for the Nike friends and family tomorrow. If I sound good, let me know. Hopefully everything's fine with the audio at least. So tomorrow, 5 tips, quick tips. Number 1, you definitely want to go there day 1. The good thing about day number 1 is that they put out like different tables and they set them up, and usually they have a better deal with certain shoes. So I think last time, friends and family, I went, it was $29.99 for a certain pair of I think they were Hirachis or Prestos. I don't remember, but they were $29 plus the 30% off. And they put out a certain amount on that table. Of course, they were gone quick. And if you weren't even there day 1, then you missed out on a really good item. In that case, I think they had that for men's and then women's and then kids. They have like a certain table set up. And a lot of people are just taking full advantage of the 30% off. So they'll buy crazy amounts whether they're selling them. In my case, because it's in El Paso, some people go, they sell them in Mexico. We don't really have a lot of, at least in my knowledge, like FBA sellers, but you can do that for FBA, of course, or on eBay as well. So try to go there day number one. Carlos, what's up? Los in the house. Day number one, always good. Number two, like what Hustlebee is doing, you can scout the store ahead of time, or you can call in and ask for certain cleats. And he did this, I think he did this even when we went to Houston. He was calling for like Mercurial Vapors, and like some employees know what you're talking about, some people don't. That's the thing that's kind of bad about calling in. In his case, if you do go ahead of time and you're there today, he's also going to try to see if they could hold stuff for him. Sometimes they're cool about it, sometimes they're not. I mean, it's never it's not, it's worth trying, right? To see if they will do it. Carlos Hustlebee is always on top of his game, I know. And Ryan, he gonna try to hide some shoes he finds today. You could try to hide them. I don't know if that's gonna work or not in the long run, because then you're gonna have to get there super early tomorrow as soon as they open. So I don't know if he's gonna do that. Carlos, how did you get the Nike Friends and Family? So I just got it through email. Check your email if you're signed up with Nike to see if they send it to you. Usually they do it through the app. This time they didn't. It was only through email. So if you have a Nike account and you've signed up with them before, check that email that you have signed up. So you can do one of those things. I guess you could hide them too. But that's tip number two. Tip number three, which is good that we just talked about the Friends and Family pass. So some passes are a one-time pass. Some of them you can use multiple times. In this case, I got it through email. So did Hustlebee. He didn't get it through the app. It says on there one-time pass. Now this kind of sucks because if you're Ken, and in his case, he takes his wife, they both go, and then they could both use different coupons, and you can use it as many times as possible. So if you go to Hurley, you go to Converse, you can use this pass over and over again. This particular case, one time pass. So yeah, that's what kind of sucks. I mean, unless she gets her own email address and then you have your own, unless you just keep on building email addresses to get them in, that helps you. But it was way easier last time, because if you can use it multiple times, then you can go, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then again, if you wanted to, on Sunday. So try to read the fine print on there too. It also tells you Nike factory store instead of saying Nike clearance store as well. So I believe it's only factory store. I don't know if they'll let you use it clearance store. More than likely they won't. It said it right there in the fine print, so they'll probably make a big deal about it. So this is the kind of stuff you kind of have to read before you go right into Nike factory store and you find a bunch of stuff, and then you're ready to pay, and then they're like, you already used this pass, or it's not good for this store. So always double check that kind of stuff. Fashion Outlook, if I sign up for Nike today, will I still send the coupon? They might. I think it's worth just trying, see if you'll be able to get it. I don't know. I signed up for that one. I signed up with an older one, and then I never got the passes. And then I signed up with a different email address later on, and then now I'm getting them every time. So I would say just try it and see, because I have no clue if they'll send it or not. Tip number 4, I would say to combine the 30% off with the extra $10 off that you get from the coupon survey. So you guys remember this? I think a couple of videos back, how on the receipt, they give you a survey to fill out. If you filled it out, then you'll get an extra $10 off. So now is a perfect opportunity to use that, because now you get $10 off plus the 30% off for the Friends and Family deal. So yeah, Carlos said he never got it in my email. Yeah, for some weird reason, this time Friends and Family, they made it, I don't know, not really harder to find, but it's like, for sure we didn't get it in an app. I didn't even check eBay listings this time, because I know some people, they sell the passes. If you want to check eBay and see. But yeah, for some reason too, the email was like the only time or only way I got it. And what did I say? Oh, the coupon. So yeah, we talked about that. And tip number 5, I would do this. Grab as many things as possible that you think is potential. They give you those Nike bags, put them in the bags. If you can take a team with you, in Hustlebee's case, the wife, or if you take a wife and a friend and someone else, cool, take like 4 people. But, you know, get these things off the rack, carry them with you. Do you think they have potential? And then do your homework after that. Because let's say you find a pair of like Mercurial Vapors that are in the back wall, and you're trying to do the homework. You're researching. You have your phone. You're checking completed listings and doing all this. And while you're doing all that, like who knows what's going on the other side of the back wall, and maybe there's even better deals over there. So it's better to just grab, ask questions later, do your homework while you have things in your hand so you don't lose out. The times that I've gone, it gets packed super quick. Even in the mornings, there's people already like waiting out there. So people are grabbing stuff nonstop anyway. So try to do that. Do your homework while you have things in your hand. I know that's going to be tough too, but at least if you have them in bags, kind of go in your own little area and double check Amazon, eBay, wherever you're selling, and just make sure you do the homework correctly too, because with this deal, you want to take full advantage. They only run them maybe like 4 times a year or something like that for 30% off friends and family. And don't don't go in also thinking that the back wall is also going to be 30% off. Only one time that has happened to where it was 30% off the coupon and then an extra 20% off on the back wall. So in total, we had half off completely on anything in the store, or at least for the back wall shoes. That's only happened one time. So they do it also just like other stores do. They might raise the price up a little bit. Now Backwell's not on sale, but instead you get 30% off. So it's kind of just equal out anyway, but you won't know until you get there. So those are my 5 tips for tomorrow. Let me know in the chat or in the comments if you're going to go tomorrow, friends and family. When did the email go out? I think I got it the 30th. Yeah, the 30th is when I got it, when I got the email. So I will double check that day to see if you got it. Let me see. Carlos, man, I wish I got 10% stack since the Disney employee. There you go. Snook says I still haven't gotten mine. That's kind of crazy too. See, Carlos, anyone in Orlando, if you work for Disney, you can stack that too. So that's pretty cool. I didn't even know that. Spyla says all 5 days already have 20 cards, never get the damn email. That's crazy. And Ariel Freestyle have had Nike Plus account since June and haven't gotten the email. I will not be getting one. So that's what I don't really understand on what happened this time around that was different from the last time on why some people didn't get the friends and family discount card. So I'm guessing, you know what? Let's double check right now. eBay to see if anybody was selling it. Of course, it's going to be tough now because it's already tomorrow. But I wonder if people were selling it or not. I'm pretty sure they were. Last time I saw them, they were like, I don't know, $5 or something. People were selling them, friends and family. So yeah, someone's selling them a quantity of 10 for $90. So they're selling it for $10 each. There's another one here on the same seller. Another one, man, they're selling them for $21.99 for one coupon. Another one, a set of 10 for $100. So that's the same thing, $10 a piece. Another one selling for $25. So that's kind of crazy on eBay right now. Some of the prices, you would really have to be like a really good reseller that you're going to put in the work and effort if you're paying. Spyla, there you go, for $10 each on eBay. So if you're going to be putting in the work and what's out there, you're going to be buying quite a bit of stuff, then it's worth it. But if you don't have a lot of capital to spend right now anyway, you're only going to get one card, then it's not worth probably spending, $25 for one card. Fashion Outlook, could they be doing that because people were reselling it? Possibly. I don't know what the rules are on selling the discount cards. I don't really know what the rule is with Nike, if they're trying to prevent that or not. And Carlos, yeah, essentially you have to have a budget, and then they only limit them randomly. Maybe because usually you can use it as many times as possible. Eduardo, how do they get so many? Most of the time they are employees that work there, so they have the physical cards. They don't have the email address. They'll actually ship to you the actual card. So more than likely these are employees that are getting the deals. So yeah, there we go. There, answer those questions. So all right, open discussion. Now we got through the top 5 tips kind of quick, but open discussion. The future of Nike selling. Nike Investor Day was earlier this week, and they put out a lot of different stuff on what's going on and what they want to do and what kind of revenue and what's going on with retail. Carlos fresh cut, that's hilarious. Open discussion on the barber, that's funny. And so yeah, Nike Investor Day. So here's the story, here's what's going on with Nike. So Nike wants to hit $50 billion in revenue by the year 2020, which is coming up very, very quick. We're going to be in 2018 already. To do this, they started mass producing Jordan product, which we saw, and they increased the price. So Nike discovered that they did not have the unlimited demand that they assumed. And this is kind of, I mean, I thought for sure this would have been a given. I mean, they started mass producing every single colorway. We've talked about this before too, though, but they also increased the price. And not only did they mass produce like, retro Jordans, they started putting out a lot more of these flights, a lot more of these like Jordan Horizons, like stuff that people aren't even going to buy anyway. They're even at Ross and people aren't buying these. And even at Ross, they're still like what, $59.99, $69.99. And this is the kind of stuff that I could have told you they're not going to sell. Like, why do you keep making this shoe over and over again with different colorways? And then they just mass produced a lot of these Jordan shoes. And so sure enough, this ended up hurting them. So right now, their biggest headline from this was that Nike has 30,000 retail partners right now, and they plan to have, get this, out of the 30,000, only 40 partners in the next 3 to 5 years. They don't care about retail because the Nike brand president, as you might have seen, said retail won't survive. And so Nike really wants to make it exclusive to get their items. So Nike.com, they want to go heavily on their own website. They've obviously already partnered up with Amazon. And so they really want to make it like an exclusive brand that you can't just go to whatever store and just pick up whatever Nike items. So yeah, that's what they kind of really talked about as far as like their numbers go and what they want to do in the future. So I have some bullet points that I want to talk about from this. So I wanted to share you guys the backstory of how they got to this point and what their future goals. 50 billion in revenue. So Nike brand president, like I said, retail won't survive. That was his quote. Shifting away from retail for the next 3 to 5 years. It's going to take us some time, of course, for them to get to that point, but I don't know what they're going to start with. So Nike pointed out 2 strong retail partners that they work with, Nordstrom and Foot Locker. For some reason, those were the 2 that they felt, I guess, they could mention and talk about, even though Foot Locker actually posted the worst numbers that they've done in a long time in the month of August. So Foot Locker is even on the decline as well. And I mean, I haven't really gone to the mall in a long time, to really even see like what's going on with that. At this point, whatever stuff I want to buy for myself is gonna probably come from like Ross, Burlington, and Marshalls, all that stuff anyway. But Nordstrom and Foot Locker are the two strong partners that they mentioned. Stores that did not get named that have a lot of Nike products: Dick's Sporting Goods, Macy's, JCPenney, and Kohl's. And they pointed out that Kohl's gets about 800 million in sales from Nike items alone. So that's pretty crazy. And Nike didn't mention them. They only mentioned Nordstrom and Foot Locker. So we know two of their, I guess, projected 40 partners that they want to work with, right? Out of the 30,000 retail partners that they currently have. So here's what's interesting. And anybody else that wants to talk about this in the chat, Dick's Sporting Goods, let me know in the chat or the comments if you go to Dick's Sporting Goods, ever buy anything from there. So Dick's Sporting Goods, I've noticed a lot of the times that I've gone, they have some good clearance stuff, but for the most part, a lot of their things are just regular priced. I mean, haven't really seen like amazing deals from them. So I really have no clue. Macy's, the Macy's that at least in my area, they have like a built-in mini finish line that that sells, you know, just certain Nike and Adidas stuff, but they don't really go all out. So I know that for Macy's. And then JCPenney, I haven't even checked JCPenney in a long time. You know what JCPenney has? I know they sell more of like Nike clothing, and they have like different discounts, which Nike's going to talk about as well. And then Kohl's, I know they have their own section. They're kind of doing their own thing, and apparently Kohl's does really good with Nike. So I think Kohl's needs Nike more than Nike needs Kohl's. So they also presented that Nike is eager to get out of the heavily promotional retail because this trains shoppers to expect a sale. So what they mean by heavily promotional retail, this goes towards JCPenney and Kohl's. If you ever go to these stores, JCPenney will like, if you open the app, like the Retail Me Not app and things like that, they'll have coupons that say like, get an extra $10 off when you spend $50 or more. Get an extra $20 off when you spend $100 or more. So in this case, it's like you're always checking these apps for coupons. And Kohl's does this too. They'll give you like Kohl's cash to spend the next time you go. Nike doesn't like this because, like I said, you're I guess they're bringing in customers that are expecting sales no matter what. Like, I just have to go to this app, I'll get an extra $10 off, an extra $20 off. So Nike doesn't like that their stuff is down to like, you know, whatever you can get to like get a whole bunch of deals going because you're trying to get coupons. And like Ryan says, especially during the holiday season, G Jassos, I always get emails about that. Yeah, so you'll get emails, apps, coupons. All these websites will have all of these things to save money. So that's what Nike calls heavily promotional retail, and that's what they don't want to do. So that doesn't look good for JCPenney and Kohl's. I think at one point Sears had Nike shoes. Not some of like, they're not going to have LeBrons and Jordans, anything like that, but just like lower end Nike models. And I don't think Nike does anything with Sears anymore. Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know, but maybe that's something to look into. I'm gonna need plenty of water now to get through this, to get through the show. So Nike also put out there that they took a hit from stores like Sports Authority and City Sports. I don't have a City Sports, we never have, but we did have Sports Authority, and of course all of those closed down. So Nike took a hit from that, from these stores not being able to survive. So this also kind of, I guess what a lot of people were talking about it, and especially with a Nike brand president saying that retail won't survive, it just kind of made it seem like more and more like maybe they know more, being a highly being highly involved with these retail stores. They know something that we don't, as far as like what stores are going to survive and what stores aren't. So I think taking that hit from Sports Authority was like a big time thing for them, and as far as like the future also as well, and going through different numbers. So imagine um Nike having deals with like exclusive to Foot Locker and then not selling like at Finish Line. Like Finish Line would take a huge cut. Like I don't know if Finish Line would be able to survive if they didn't have Nike. And that's the thing, like Nike wants to make it even harder for that. So like these stores, oh man, if you take Nike out of the whole thing, I mean, I have no clue what would happen with a lot of these stores. They're going to highly depend, they already do, on the Nike brand. So what also was part of Nike's decline was the fact that Adidas refocused their game plan. They hired a lot of ex-Nike designers, if you notice this, and they scored really well with Pharrell and Kanye, and that did really good for them. And the Ultra Boost and NMD lines also did good for them. So, I mean, I love Nike. I really don't. I mean, Nike doesn't pay me, so obviously I can wear whatever. So I don't care. I mean, Nike, Adidas, I have Fila stuff and Reebok and all the brands. But yeah, I think Adidas really did well on as far as like how they refocused their product. At one point, Nike, Adidas was struggling, but when they started to do good, of course, with like with Pharrell and Kanye and Yeezys, Ultra Boost, NMDs, like they had really good high quality models that were coming up. And then even with their with their cleats with Messi and the different stuff that they've done there, I think they've done well. Like they've also certain soccer teams that they've branded with jerseys. Adidas has really done good, while Under Armour has done extremely bad. So Under Armour actually had like a type of investor day type of things too. And Under Armour is struggling a lot. They're trying to make promises that from now on the Curry line is going to sell and that they're going to make a lot of money from Curry alone. And I just don't see that happening at all. So that's what's kind of what happened with Nike. So it comes down to, if they're going from 30,000 retail partners down to 40 in the next 3 to 5 years, what does this mean for Ross, Marshalls, DD's Discounts, and TJ Maxx, the stores we all like to go to? What does that mean for them? I wish I could give you a definite answer as far as like, oh, for sure this is going to happen. We don't know anything. But I can tell you this. Ross alone added 96 stores in 2017. They're now up to 1,400 stores and 200 DD's Discount stores. So it's kind of funny because Nike's talking about how retail isn't going to survive, and Nike's talking about their projections, what's going on. Ross, they talked to I don't know if he was like the president or brand manager or something like that, but Ross, the person that they talked to, at least for the article that I saw that came out, I think 2 days ago, said that Ross predicts that they're going to go to 2,000 stores and 500 DD's Discounts in the next 2 to 3 years. So something's going to have to give here, right? Either Nike is going to stay with Ross to build this up, with Ross to get these shoes, and they keep going, they keep expanding, because Ross has big ideas and big plans as well. And then on the other side, Marshalls and TJ Maxx, this is crazy. They've actually gone up to 3,800 stores, and these stores keep growing. And a lot of the Marshall stores are buying out former Kmart stores and those lots in those areas. So look out for old Kmart stores. You never know, a TJ Maxx or Marshalls might pop up out of nowhere and take up that retail space. So Marshalls is like heavily investing in these retail lots that Kmart used to have. So they're also planning to keep growing. And if you look at the stock market right now, Ross, Marshalls, Burlington, all of these stores are all going up. So personally, what do I believe is going to happen with Nike and these stores? I don't see Nike going away from these stores. Let me tell you why. Number one, the Mercurial Vapors, the purple ones that everybody found at Burlington, except me, I only found one pair. I actually bought those from the Nike outlet, I think maybe about 2 months, I think, before everybody kind of started posting um on Instagram. And then I saw them there, and they were like $69.99, $59.99, $49.99. And then they didn't even hit the back wall. They just like disappeared. And I remember I asked one of the workers, I was like, what happened like to the to the Mercurial Vapors you guys had here? Like, oh yeah, they're done. They just didn't sell well. And that was it. Like they took them off the racks, but they don't know what happened after that. So then a month later, I see a lot of people posting them on Instagram, Burlington 1999. So I'm like, what the heck? So a lot of the shoes that we've been finding, of course, at Ross, Burlington, and all this, a lot of product that just didn't do well that went through Nike's entire system. They went from being at Nike.com and retail stores, and then down to factory stores, and even down to some clearance stores, and they didn't even sell all of those till finally they went down and Ross, Burlington, and Marshalls got their deal from Nike, and then they put them out for $19.99. So I do believe though that Nike needs these stores because Ross is not trying to compete with Foot Locker. Ross is not trying to compete with Macy's or Kohl's or none of this stuff when it comes to certain products. Kohl's has like Nike shoes that just came out this year that they're hoping to sell and make a profit on. And they're selling them for like 79, 89. I've seen some shoes at Kohl's for 99. I don't know for like 120 range. I think 99 must have been like the highest I think I've seen at Kohl's, but you don't see like new releases at Ross. You get all of the stuff that's been out for a year or longer. So the fact that Ross and Marshalls do well, I think Nike also does well to kind of dump inventory to these stores and still make the money back. I mean, it takes I think when they did a study of like how much does it actually cost to make a pair of shoes with Nike is like what some of them as low as like $10 in material, $20. You know, they're not I mean, they're making huge money when they're selling us Jordans at $200. So that's what kind of what's going on there. But when Ross and Burlington they buy these shoes from them, they're kind of letting not really like bailing Nike out in that case because, but yet they're kind of are because they're getting a lot of things that just Nike just wasn't selling anymore and they didn't make money on and they don't know what to do. And Nike has to keep on innovating. So that was one of the things they also talked about in their investor day was innovation and speed. So I didn't even get to talk about that part. They want to do 2 times the innovation, 2 times the speed, and it was like 2 times the oh man, what was the other one? It might have been quality. I'm not too sure, but it was like 3 things that they wanted to like Grant Cardone wants to do 10x, like Nike just wants to do 2x. But they want to do 2x on certain things, and one of them was speed. So speed and innovation. And so what speed and innovation brings in is that they're going to want to bring out more items, more product that has different technology in it. You can imagine like Hyper Adapt and Vapor Max and things like this. But with speed, what does that mean? You're going to put out more and more products? If that's the case, not all of this stuff is going to sell. Like, we know that. Vapor Max was already at Ross. Someone already, or a couple of people already found Vapor Max. I forgot what the colorway was. But they already found some of the Vapor Max at Ross. So what does that tell you? Certain things didn't sell. Same thing. Someone said here with the up tempos. Alba says, Air More up tempos, the Varsity Red and Black for $34 for kids. Those are already at Ross. So obviously they just didn't do well at the time. But of course, now on eBay, that's a totally different question. People are willing to buy them. Also because Nike kind of already let those go. Like, they were in store. You had the limited time. People didn't buy them. And then now that the seasons have passed, people want them now. So now that's where the resellers come in. And you can only find it, of course, maybe eBay and Amazon, because you don't have it anymore in your area. So my personal take, I think Ross, Marshalls, and Burlington are in the better shape than a lot of all these other stores when it comes to retail. And I think that they do have an upper hand when it comes to a lot of the Nike stuff, because they're not trying to compete with the people or the companies that have the new releases and are yeah, exactly. Like Ryan says, they make more product, they don't sell. That's better for us. And that's better for Ross and Marshalls and Burlington. Those are the things that they carry. They don't carry the brand new releases that they're hoping to sell, just like Finish Line and all of these. The ones I think that are probably going to be in trouble more than anything is like JCPenney and maybe Macy's when it comes to this stuff. I think Kohl's can get their stuff together. Kohl's makes a lot of money. Kohl's has already partnered with Amazon. You can return stuff to Kohl's from Amazon. Like, no other store, at least that I know of, has really have like a partnership like that. So Kohl's is getting with it. They don't want to lose out. I can tell you that much. JCPenney seems a little slow with it. Sears is beyond slow. And Toys R Us, I mean, we're getting off topic, but like Toys R Us already went, they filed for bankruptcy. I guess they're going to see how they do with this Q4 and then kind of go from there. But what is your take? Live chat and comments, let me know. With what stores do you have? Like, let's think about this. What stores do you have in your area that carry Nike that you don't think is going to last? Because obviously Nike feels like there's partners out there that aren't going to last. I'll give you one to see if you guys have this in your area. I'm pretty sure most people do, but like Rack Room Shoes. I don't know if you guys have a Rack Room Shoes, or there's another one that's kind of similar to like it. It's called like shoe something. But they carry the lower end new releases. They don't carry LeBrons and Jordans and anything like that. Samuel says DSW. We do have a DSW. Oh, there we go. Shoe Carnival. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Yeah, Shoe Carnival. That's what I was thinking about. Hey Jeff, what's up? So yeah, Shoe Carnival, DSW. I've never gone into DSW. I don't know what they have. I know they have women's shoes, but I don't know if they had. I'm pretty sure. Then I guess they carry Nike stuff. So that one might be one. I don't know if you guys have this too, but Bell's, I think they renamed their store. It used to be called Bell's. I don't know if it still is in every area, but they're the same thing. They have new low-end Nike releases. Go Blue says Sheiks. That's a pretty good. That's not really a store that I kind of thought about, but yeah, for sure, there's a good amount of them at the mall. Now it seems like they've been kind of growing too. So when it comes to that kind of stuff, it's like, yeah, like Sheiks, Champs, Finish Line. But the thing is that Champs and Champs, Foot Locker, and East Bay are all the same company. Like, they all work together in that same thing anyway. The one that's not part of it is Finish Line. Let's see. Yeah, Bells and Bells Outlet. There we go. What's up, Mr. Abs? Omar, do you think the Vapor Air Max is a good price or is it overpriced? I think it's overpriced. I mean, it's definitely a cool shoe. I never even tried them on. I tried on some NMDs and I was like, all right, these are pretty sweet, but I wasn't gonna pay like 150 to $200. Same thing with the Vapor Max. Like, I'll wait until stuff gets into the outlet. Like, I'm in no rush to I guess pay retail plus for certain shoes. Unless it's something like you really, 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 really wanted, but I just don't really have a rush to any of that stuff right now. Mr. Abs, Shoe Depot is one. There you go. Shoe Depot. That's a good one. What mic am I using? It's like a blue, I don't know what they call it, but I forgot what they call it, but yeah, Snow. Is that what they call it? Snow or something like that? Snowball? Okay. Snowfed, what's up? Ryan, Payless. Yeah, I think, well, Payless has already gone out in most cases. I think we only have, and I actually think most of the Paylesses have closed in our city. And even then, Payless didn't have any Nike. Going for Supreme collab. Oh, I know. That's gonna be huge for the people that want to make some quick money. I gotta remember because now we have that and we have friends and family tomorrow, 30% off. So a lot of good stuff tomorrow. Trying to really think what are some other stores out there that have Nike. So the main point, I guess, from the whole thing was that Nike really wants to make sure that in their in whatever retail stores that they have, that if you are going to be selling like their new releases and their new technology or innovation that we talked about, that you have um, like a set aside area for Nike. They don't want to be thrown in with all the other brands that you have and you carry in your store. They want to make sure they're exclusive. They want their own area. They don't want to be with all the other shoes or the other brands. They want it to be like a mini Nike retail store in their store. Kind of like what, the only reason why I know this is because of the wife. Kind of like what Sephora does at JCPenney. Like, it's kind of like their own mini store inside JCPenney. That's what Nike wants. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But what's your take? Live chat. Let me know on Ross and Marshalls and DD's Discounts, TJ Maxx. What do you think? I guess, how do you guys feel and what position that they're in? Do they have the upper hand? Do you see Nike staying with him with the points that I kind of talked about? And with not really battling some of these other main retail stores. I think personally, like, the mall is pretty much not necessarily dead, because I know it depends what kind of shoe comes out. People are still waiting in line or trying to do all of that. But for the most part, I mean, the mall isn't what it used to be. And there used to be a lot of different stores and stuff you can go to. And now with, of course, everything going online and get way better deals on Amazon and eBay. Because even at the resellers, like, even the resellers case, like, I'll buy stuff off of eBay from another reseller because I know that I can get a way better deal on that than for me to go, to the mall. Like, why not buy a Dolphins jersey or Lakers jersey or whatever from somebody else on eBay that's selling it for $60, even though they got it from Burlington for 20. I'll buy it from you from 60 because I know 60 is way cheaper than the 150 that NFL Shop is selling it for. So even at reseller, I'll still buy it at that price. Let me see. Does TJ Maxx have men's shoes? They don't, but they do have women's shoes and they have Nike shoes there. Let's see. Most store won't sell Nike if it's going that way. True. Let's see. What is the most type of footwear you sell? For example, soccer cleats or Nike Flyknits. I mean, I do sell quite a bit of cleats, but I'll try to go for like cleats, basketball shoes, anything like that. Pretty much whatever we can find. Adidas sales is gonna sky through the roof at these other retail sold. So that's a good point, though. I mean, if Adidas takes advantage, and let's say Nike leaves one of these, I don't know, major retail stores like Macy's, and then Adidas slides in, then yeah, it could be a huge deal for Adidas, and then they end up making a lot more money that way. Could happen. Um, Let me see. Ryan, who wants a Dolphins jersey. All right. I'm used to questionable things that this organization does, and I still follow them for some whatever reason. Trading Jay Ajayi to the Eagles. I really don't have a comment on that, but let's just say I wasn't too thrilled. But at the same time, I'm used to just some of the questionable stuff that these people do. Spy that says, after doing this, paying full price for anything seems insane, but I do buy some stuff from Nike.com. Have to support them since they're pretty much supporting me. And Nike.com does have some pretty good deals on clearance after a while. When they go down to clearance, they have like certain clearance days too. So, but that's what Nike wants. They want you to stay with Nike. They don't want you to go anywhere else. So, that's what happens there. Let me answer this message. Let me see. All right. Let's see. Where am I? Okay. Facebook resells the best. Create and rep, join groups, no fees. That's true too. Especially like local sales too. You can do that. Alba, yes, malls aren't what they used to be. My little sister and all of her friends shop online, and they're high schoolers. So there you go. Tells you what's going on there. Marshall and Ross gets their Nike straight from Nike. I figured they'd be getting them from other retailers as overstock or liquidation. It is a combination because like my example was like the outlet. I have seen them with just like standard Nike boxes. Of course, they throw away the boxes. Ross doesn't keep all of those. They get deals from Nike. They also get deals from Champs. I've seen the Champs sticker on certain products, Foot Locker, East Bay. I think those are the main ones, I think. So yeah, it is a combination of different liquidation. I don't know as far as like Ross getting anything from Kohl's or Macy's or JC Penney or anything like left over from them, but I only know from exclusively from Nike and those other like mall stores. Let's see, but does this mean Ross prices go up? Could be. We don't know anything like that. And a lot of the Ross prices that I've seen have gone up, like we've talked about, is because their prices keep on going up. Like Jordan Horizons wouldn't be $69.99 at Ross if Nike would have just priced them correctly for what they're, what they probably should be selling them for. They shouldn't be the same price as retro Jordans. So that's why they're still high at Ross, because retail on them was so high. I know Ajayi. I know Devontae Parker needs to play. I know he's still hurt. I don't know what's going on, but he says he's going to play the next game. Air Max 2 CB bronze, good deal at 54 resale. It's a questionable one. You might have to hold on to it for a little longer. I think you can make money off of it, but it's going to be more of a long term. Bucks ain't good either, right? Go Dodgers. What's your favorite NBA team? Lakers. Ross always charges more for Nike. Also depends on their price. What brand do you think is really innovating and in their running technology? Adidas Boost or Nike Air Max, since they both really advertise their products. That's a good question. I think they're both kind of innovating like in different areas, but man, yeah, I think Nike is probably doing better in the running stuff. When it comes to like streetwear and stuff like that, I think Adidas is definitely doing better. If Nike downsizes the amount of stores and those start closing, Nike could be screwed. And that's a thing though. Like investors and other people that have been talking about this, they're kind of wondering too, like, can Nike even hit this 50 billion in revenue that they want to hit if they're doing stuff like this? Because yeah, I get it. A lot of stuff is going online. A lot of people shop online. We shop online. But what about the people that don't? What about grandma that goes to Kohl's and loves to get these coupons and not from the app though. They like getting Kohl's cash and the coupons from their mail. I know this because my parents still get like the Kohl's, I don't know, like Kohl's ads, and they send you like a little thing. You can even like scratch it off for like 20% off or something. What happens there if grandma wants to go to Kohl's and get little Johnny some, I don't know, random Nikes, and doesn't really go to the mall and doesn't shop online? But like they said, Kohl's gets 800 million in sales from Nike. So what does that tell you? Like they're still doing strong in Kohl's, and if they leave, it could be bad for Kohl's and it could be bad from Nike. We don't know. Just found giant Uno cards at Ross. Completed listings, they're way down. I know they're way down because Amazon came into stock. And so did Toys R Us. So unless they sell out the holiday season, then you'll see it go back up. In your opinion, should I utilize my current eBay account that I've had for years, or try to go bigger with selling and go for a storefront on eBay? What's the benefit over the other, if at all? So Dell, I would tell you, use your current eBay account that you've had for years. If you open a brand new account, you're going to have seller limits, and you're pretty much going to have to start with only selling a little bit of items at a time. If you already had this for years, then I would build that one up, so you don't have to deal with the seller limits or anything like that in the very beginning. So scale it up, then you can open a store, a better store for eBay. Found giant Uno cards in past. The market is flooded. Yeah, right now yeah, good thing I only found one. The bad thing is I should have acted quickly and sold it at the time, like the way Abe Bebe did, and he made what, 120 off of them. But instead, I was patient with the market, which still could happen. I mean, I'm still waiting for Christmas time. Still could happen. Could go back up, but right at that time was like the perfect time to sell, at least in that case. But we'll see if it goes back up. Found Barcelona minifigures today. I've seen a couple of those too, but I haven't really picked them up to sell. Anything else going on? That was like a quick 50-minute show, I guess, because we talked a lot about a lot of the Nike stuff, but pretty interesting conversation to have. We're going to see what happens the next 3 to 5 years with Nike, but I thought it was pretty cool to kind of talk about and let you guys know at least what's kind of going on in case you didn't know what they were kind of talking about with investor stuff, and what Nike plans to do, because a lot of us sell not nothing but a lot of it comes from Nike, from Ross. I still have my Call of Duty Mega Blocks. You waited on the Uno card. I'm on Call of Duty. That's funny. I have 6 giant Uno at home. Don't need any more. Hopefully they'll sell. Let's see what happens. Found Air Max 98. They go for 300. Bought it for $30. Nice. And Dell, thanks, man. Appreciate the info. eBay just kills on fees, so I wasn't sure I'm opening a new storefront. So yeah, I mean, the fees still at the 10%. Still the same thing. But I know, just depends what you're selling it for. Then yeah, you might take a hit. Mr. Abs, or a few other stores. City Trends, DTLR. That's another one I kind of forgot. Jimmy Jazz and Gabe's. For people that have Gabe's, I don't have that store, but at least what I've seen online is Gabe's pretty much kind of like Ross, like where they have like older products that kind of came back. Let me know if you have a Gabe's in your area and what area you're in, because I've never been there and I've never seen it. Lego Nader, what's up, Glenn? Finally got a Ross and Marshalls. Nice. There we go. Now you got to go every week. Jeffrey also found Kobe 11. There you go, $39.99. Those are the prices I like to see. I'll be showing my unicorn find from Ross on Friday, Glenn. Nice. Untouchable 2s disappeared. I keep seeing Untouchable TDs now. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? It seemed like for that limited time that the Untouchable 2s came in, and now I've hardly really seen that many of them at all. Not just because I picked up most of them, but just in general. I think they've kind of been less and less of them, and I have seen more of the Untouchable TDs. But unfortunately, I've only seen like orange and purple and like random colors. I haven't seen like black, white, kind of the more primary colors that I know will sell a little bit quicker. And then Hustle B, he's kind of frustrated right now because, well, he doesn't have a Ross in his area. And then the only other Rosses I think that's close to him is still like, I don't know, an hour or 2 hours away or something. And he hasn't found any untouchables or anything like that. So he's kind of frustrated with that. So I think that's kind of funny. Recycling by reselling, found a few Stance NBA socks at Ross today in the ABQ. Yeah, a lot of Stance socks coming up. I think $2 definitely worth it. $3.99 plus tax, which I've seen new ones now at $3.99. But the new ones for $3.99 don't have, at least that I've seen, like the certain logos from the teams. The ones for $1.99 were the ones that had the team logo. So Nets and Suns, the ones we talked about last week. Those are worth picking up, but $3.99, I'm like, yeah, it's kind of weird how like $2 made that whole difference. But I've been passing on the $3 ones or $3.99. B has enough inventory. I know he has a crap load of inventory. Been finding the Star Wars Stance socks. I know I've seen a lot more of those too. There's like a certain pack of the Star Wars Stance socks that sells pretty well right now, but I think it's like a 3-pack or something like that. I haven't even seen that one. Let me see. I'll talk about Priority Tape. Yeah, they don't have the logos. I got Portland and Minnesota. Yeah, those are the $1.99 ones. You can find it with the logo. And then the ones without the logo, I've been leaving them behind. I found like Oklahoma City Thunder, but it didn't have the logos or nothing. It just had like the team colors and Bulls team colors. But yeah, I left them behind. So yeah, kind of rounded up the hour pretty quick. Any last questions, let me know before I go. And last stuff I want to let you guys know. Number one, out.hustled. Again, if you're not following us on Instagram, I ended up selling another item that I just picked up. So that I'm going to add that onto my arsenal of my $50 challenge. So out.hustled on Instagram right now. If you can follow me in the Hustle Bee, we're just showing turning $50 into $1,000. So we're both starting off with the same amount and how far we can stretch $50. So that's our challenge. Out.hustled if you want to go follow that. I found a couple of Air Maxes that day. Very nice there. Ryan, have fun shopping tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to see what happens. Hopefully I can get a video in for next week for the friends and family, show you guys what I picked up. Can't find any basketball shorts here in Houston. Even the basketball shorts, I haven't really found those in a good while too. Ryan, Knicks shorts, but 6X. That's out of control. Let's see, Ryan or Eduardo, next merch video. I know merch, it might not be until the following week. We just got the payout, so I am due to do a merch video soon. So I'll do that. Danny, when are you coming by the Chicago area? I know should happen sometime soon. I'll let you guys know on that. 6X is a blanket. That's hilarious. OG Top Deals, start to follow you. Appreciate it. Thanks. Leonite 16 untouchable 2s at Ross. Only bought 2. Yeah, I think you shouldn't have to buy all of them. Just depends also on the colorway, if it's worth picking up or not. You guys should do a race. Which one finishes first for the hustled things? Yeah, we're gonna try. Well, in this case, we're trying to just show the building the money part, but I mean, we could do like a battle or race thing. I don't know. We're trying to figure out what we're gonna do. Also, just different challenges and stuff. I can tell you though, looking at my YouTube numbers, that Smash or Pass has done really, really good on the live videos. So we're gonna try to do that maybe like every other week and eventually get more and more. So sounds like you guys like those type of videos. I like them too because they're actually kind of cool because we can kind of talk about kind of like the stuff that that we're all into, that we see a lot often at Ross and Marshalls and all these stores, stuff that people that don't go to any of these stores don't really care about. So we kind of just get to like stay in our little crew and talk about the items that we've been seeing over and over again and talk about if it's good or not. So that's been good. So we'll probably do more of that. And if you ever make it to I-25 to Albuquerque, let me know for sure. I'll let you know. Albuquerque is not too far away. I'm like 4 hours. So I can I really need to go to Albuquerque and Phoenix more than I do. And the wife likes both of those cities, so yeah, we should probably go more often. So that's it. Thanks, guys, for watching this video, this live hangout. Appreciate it. You guys hang out for this whole hour and talking Nike. And yeah, go out and dominate tomorrow at a Nike factory store for friends and family. Let me know what you guys find. Rolando, thanks. Appreciate it. Leonite, want to start a channel? Start a channel. Start now. Get one video out a week. Start building it up. And Legonator Peace, we'll see ya. Recycling by reselling, headed to Phoenix. That's pretty cool. Let me know how you do out there. And Ryan, thanks. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys next week. And of course, Friday, Ross finds of the week as usual. See you guys. Go out and get it.